Gosto, vem, respeito o blindão, mostra a cara que tu tem.
Hey, it's Big Daddy here. I'm back. I put a Facebook post saying if I got 70 likes, I got like 70 likes in like 10 minutes. So I decided I'm going to do a video on what I had to go through for my Contra Costa prep, 2013 Contra Costa prep. I'm freelancing, guys. I don't have any paperwork on me. I'm just going on what I have on hand. If I forget a drug or forget anything, on my next episode or on the comments, I'll put what I actually forgot, because there's a lot of shit I took. And I'm going to tell you now, you guys are going to like a lot of people are going to look at this video and they're going to frown upon me. Like, damn, he took that much shit. And you're going to laugh because, yeah, I did take a lot of shit for my age, but I actually know what I'm doing because I did my own drug regimen. By the way, Dave Palumbo, my coach, he doesn't even know I'm making this video. He does not condone this. I'm not going to mention the brand synthol I used. I'm just going to say synthol, just for purposes that, you know, a lot of people get, you know, some people, the promoters and stuff of those, they get all like butthurt about it. So I'm not going to even go there. I'm just going to say synthol. That's fine. So anyways, I'm just going to go over what I did from A to Z. And you know, I just turned 21 like 8 weeks ago, and I just won an overall at the biggest show in Northern California, Contra Costa. So I mean, I was pushing a lot of stuff, and a lot of people don't know. Like personally, me, I go to win shows. Like I'm not going to go for second place. Second place is first loser. So as far as the drug wise, I took as much as I could, and I knew I could get away with to win the show. I didn't overdo it, but I knew what I needed to take to overdo the show. Like I said, Dave did my diet. I did my own drug regimen. Okay, so we'll start out like my everyday lifestyle for the show. I started 12 weeks out. I was pretty fat at 12 weeks out. I think I was like 265 when I started dieting. So let's say I started 12 weeks out. Okay, so my everyday lifestyle, let's just start it off. So I get out of bed, right? And I have all my research chemicals on my desk. Research chemicals could be anything from letrozole, clenbuterol, thyroid, A to Z. So I'd wake up in the morning and have my water next to my dresser. Take a couple sips of water. I would grab my letrozole, or grab my Arimidex, or grab whatever I needed, and I would take it. Immediately after, I would go to the fridge, my mini fridge in my room, open it up, and I'd take 4 IUs of growth. And then immediately after that, I'd walk in the kitchen and start cooking my meal. So as far as estrogen blocker wise, 12 weeks out, I was only taking 0.5 milligrams of Arimidex. I wasn't on Nolvadex. Taking 0.5 Arimidex. What else was I taking? I was taking 25 mcgs of thyroid. I was taking 40 mgs of Clen. I was taking Clen twice a day though, once in the morning, once later at night. And as far as that's all I was taking for 12 weeks out. Steroid wise, 12 weeks out, I was taking 1,500 mgs of test, 800 mgs of Deca, and 800 mgs of EQ with 4 IUs of insulin. And as far as peptide wise, I was only using the GHRP6. I was using 250 mcgs post workout and 250 mcgs right before I went to bed. So that's 12 weeks out. So as you progressively get in the show, you drop drugs and you raise drugs. That's how it goes. Synthol wise, I was shooting into my body parts on select days. So let's see. So let's say Monday was chest day. Chest day, you activate your triceps and your chest. I wasn't syntholing my chest for the show. Actually, I just recently started shooting my chest, and actually I feel a lot fuller actually in the chest area. But saying that, so chest day, you're activating your tris and you're activating your delts. So like literally, okay, let's say I finished the workout. I walk to my car. I have my little cooler in my car. Open my cooler, right in the middle of the parking lot. I don't care. Peptides are legal. I'd stab my leg, shoot 250 mcgs of thyroid. My bad, thyroid. 250 mcgs of GHRP6. And then I'd have my shake as I'm driving home. And then right when I got home, I'd go in my room. And since I was activating my tris, I'd put 3 cc's of synthol here and 3 cc's of synthol here, as well as 3 cc's of synthol and 3 cc's of synthol here. And also, since I activated my delts that day, I would go 3 cc's in the mid delt, 3 cc's in the mid delt on each delt. So synthol wise, that's it for that. By the way, when I say I was taking this much test, or this amount of test, I was splitting it into every other day injections. So when I was taking like 375 mgs of test every other day, and 200 megs of EQ every other day, and 200 megs of DECA every other day, and that's 12 weeks out. So mix and match. The fun gets is when you get to like 8 weeks out, when you start throwing your DHT drugs, which actually condition the muscle. Running DECA and test and EQ is just to hold as much size, maybe grow a little bit as you clean your diet up. But as much as that, you're not really hardening your muscle. You're still pretty soft. I was still pretty soft, really soft actually, until I started adding the goodies in around 8 weeks out. So saying that, let's go to 8 weeks out. So that was 12 weeks out. I would take my, wake up, take my liquid peptides, liquid research chemicals, my Arimidex. I was only taking Arimidex, my thyroid, and my Clen. And before I went to bed, I'm always on this. DECA is a progesterone, which I am personally sensitive to progesterones. My nipples will flare. I'll get like really puffy nipples on DECA, Tren, Anadrol, which are progesterones. It's like androgenics won't affect me actually at all. I could take 4 grams of test, which I haven't taken, but I could take 4 grams of test and my nipples wouldn't budge. As soon as I touch Tren or DECA, they just like really get puffy. So I got to watch that. So I took a pramipexole right before I go to bed. You can take cabergoline too. I took pramipexole just because it has a really good growth hormone release effect right when you take it before you get. You have to watch out with it though, because that shit can get you sick. You got to start off really low and taper up. So that worked out really well actually. The pramipexole helps your mood too. A lot of people get really fucked up on Tren or DECA, but it really, really helps your mood. So it kept me real stable. I was happy throughout the whole prep. Doing like 20 minutes of cardio, and then I did like 0 the last 3 weeks, but I won't get into the training and the diet. The diet I'll probably bring in one of the future episodes. So let's go to 8 weeks out. So 8 weeks out, I dropped the DECA completely. DECA bloats. But the cool thing about DECA is it stays in your system a long time, so the water weight from the DECA is gone in about 4 to 5 weeks. But you still have a little bit of joint fluid. You still have a little bit of water to keep your workouts pretty strong, which is cool. So I dropped the DECA 8 weeks out, and then 8 weeks out I added your DHT drugs. I added Masteron, I added Proviron, what else did I add? Winstrol, injectable Winnie every other day, and I was taking Proviron. It's oral every day. You remember, we take your orals every day because it's in and out of your system. So and I was taking, I added Tren, which is a progesterone. So when I dropped DECA, I added Tren. I can't run 2 progesterones at once. I'll get hella side effects, so I got to cut that out. So anyways, I added those. I added Primobolan. Not at a really high dose, but I added Primo. So basically, 8 weeks out, I dropped DECA, added Tren, Primo, injectable Winnie, what else did I add? Proviron, and that's about it. So at those doses, so I did about 600 mgs of Tren, 600 mgs of Masteron, and about 300 to 400 mgs of Primo. The reason why I say that is because I took 1.5 cc of Tren and Masteron every other day, and I took 1 cc of Primobolan every other day. I prefer every other day injections, because if you're slowly, putting these drugs in your body, you get a better response. Whether you're just slamming it one day and slamming it the other day with huge amounts, your body doesn't really process it as well as if you're giving it small little amounts throughout the day. As far as Winstrol, I was taking 100 mgs of injectable Winnie every other day. That shit kills. Like, honestly, guys, if you could stay away from injectable Winnie, like, stay away. Like, seriously, like, that shit kills. Like, I even had it the day of my show in my lats, and I was like, I had to grab on and just stretch and get as much blood flow, because I was just so stiff from this stuff. And I was like putting it in my delts and stuff like that, and it would still hurt a lot. So like, if you could stay away from injectable Winnie, I would. So then we're gonna go to 6 weeks out. 6 weeks out, I dropped the EQ. Why? EQ does hold water. So this is where I actually added Nolvadex, which helps dry you out, keep side effects down. It makes me feel a lot better too. I don't take Novadex in off season because it lowers IGF-1 levels. People say, oh, it lowers IGF in your liver, but hey, if you're lowering IGF, I'm going to stay clear away from that in off season. So only pre-contest I'll add that about 6 weeks out. So basically, in 6 weeks out, I up my Arimidex from 0.5 milligrams to 1 milligram every day. And I brought my T3 to 40 mcgs at 6 weeks out. My Proviron dose was about 60 mgs at 8 weeks out, and then I brought it to 80 mgs 6 weeks out. So it was an 80 mgs of Proviron. I didn't add letrozole, and letrozole really dries you out, so you want to wait till like the last minute to add that in. So basically I added all those. Remember, I was still taking the pramipexole, the anti-progesterone. Guys, that is key. It'll keep your mind from fucking scatter you. I've heard a lot of people on trend get really fucked up. I'm a really stable person. If you ask anybody on prep, I was like the happiest guy in the world, seeing my body change. But the drug shouldn't affect you at all, guys. Like, if you know what you're doing, you know what to take to counteract what, you know what you're doing, these drugs really shouldn't affect you in a negative way. Unless you're having like a bad reaction to an oil that you're shooting. So you guys can imagine what I'm going through. So every other day I was shooting 7.5 cc's of oil, which, in the combined drugs. And, sometimes I run out of spots. I'm like, I'd have my ex-girlfriend come shoot my, my rear delts. And, she was actually a good help for the prep because I couldn't even reach these spots. So, yeah, she's a help, but there's some times where you need spot injections. If there's a weak body part, you need to put oil on that to expand the muscle. It looks way bigger. Yeah, it might not be permanent, but at the moment on stage, nobody's gonna know that you have fucking oil in you if you do it the right way. So saying that, so I was doing this like 7.5 cc's every other day, and then almost every workout I was shooting synthol into the body part I train. I didn't put any synthol in my legs, or I put them in my calves, didn't put them in any of my quads. I did my biceps, my triceps, and my shoulders, and obviously my calves. So basically, when I train calves, when I train, calves, shot my GHRP6 as I'm driving home, drinking my shake, get home immediately as I get home, go in my room, shoot my calves, 3 cc's and 3 cc's, 3 cc's, 3 cc's, boom. Let's say if I'm hitting shoulders, same exact regimen, GHRP6 in the parking lot, go home, 3 cc's, 3 cc's. Basically, I was putting 3 cc's in each head of the muscle. If I hit arms that day, if I hit biceps, 3 cc's, 3 cc's. And if on back day too. So back, you're activating a lot of biceps, as you know, so you got a lot of blood in your biceps. As soon as I get home, 3 cc's, 3 cc's. For triceps, I did it on chest day, and I did it on arm day as well. So you can imagine how much oil I was putting in my body. I went through, I want to say I went through at least 400 to 500 cc's of synthol my whole prep in a 12-week period, which you can imagine that's a lot of oil I was putting in my body, but I knew how to administer it. Nobody knew I had it on stage. Nobody could tell. End result, added inch on my calves, almost 2.5 inches on my arms, shoulders about an inch and a half to 2 inches. I didn't abuse it at all. Listened to the simple protocol that was given to me, and it worked well. People hate on synthol all you want. It's funny, people will hate on synthol, but they'll be like synthol's cheating, but steroids isn't cheating. How the fuck is synthol not cheating? How the fuck is synthol cheating? If one's cheating, the other one's cheating. They're both enhancing your body. So don't go over here and be like, oh, I'll take as much steroids as I want, but I won't touch synthol. That's cheating. No, if you're gonna consider one cheating, they're both cheating. We're all competitive athletes. You can call us cheaters, but we're gonna do what it takes to win. So as far as that goes on my that's so much synthol. I would say about 400 to 500 cc's during that whole prep. I used an 1.5 inch needle in my arms, 1.5 inch in my tris, 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch. So 1.5 inch all around. I like to get it deep. If you don't go deep, that's when you start seeing like, oh shit, does he have oil in his muscle and shit like that. You don't want to have that. Alright, so let's get back to the drugs. So 6 weeks out, I added Novadex, like I said, and I dropped the EQ. The trend was still at 600 milligrams. The Masteron was 600, and the Primo was at 100 mgs every other day, so 300 to 400 mgs of Primo. Test did not go anywhere. Like, the test throughout the whole prep was at 1,500 mgs of test. Test and enthate, if anybody wants to know, throughout the whole prep. I use trinacetate, and I use the trinacetate parabolin blend. Parabolin blend. Parabolin is Tren-Hex. If anybody's tried parabolin, it's a great drug. In fact, that's my favorite type of Tren to actually use. Basically, it's not as long as a test and enthate, and it doesn't hit you. It's in the middle, kind of. It's like trinacetate hits you right away. Parabolin's kind of in the middle, where Tren and enthate's going to be, it's going to hit you later, but it's going to say. Well, the thing with Tren is a lot of people get side effects, so I would say go with a fast-acting one. So if you do get side effects, you can get off right away. As far as me, only side effects I've got is like night sweats, and yeah, I don't break out. And a lot of people on Facebook ask me, I get messages probably at least once every other day. Man, how do you keep your skin like clean? That's genetic, guys. If you're genetically disposed to breaking out, you're gonna break out. Drugs are just gonna enhance it. So if you already have little pimples and you take them, boom, they're gonna pronounce even more usually, because your hormones, especially at a young age, I'm 21, our hormones are already going. You're throwing all this shit in your body. Your body's like, doesn't know what to do. Okay, so 4 weeks out is when the fun begins. 4 weeks out, what else did I do? So I was still at 7.5 cc's. 4 weeks out, I added in letrozole. So I started taking 1.25 mgs of letrozole in the morning with my 1 mg of Arimidex, with my 40 mcgs of T3, with my Clen. I was taking Clen. I went up to about 80 mcgs of Clen throughout that whole prep. I did about 80, so which was cool. It wasn't that much. My heart wasn't going too crazy. I only did 20 to 30 minutes of cardio, and then Dave actually cut all my cardio out 4 weeks out. I did zero cardio at all. So it's funny because I'm in off season right now, and I'm like, I weigh about 240, 245 right now, and I'm still doing cardio. So yeah. But anyway, so I added the letrozole 4 weeks out at a low dose, 1.25. Let it build up in your system. Letrozole, guys, it'll kill your sex drive. Like, forget about jacking off, forget about getting hard. You're not gonna have sex. Don't even, you probably will look at a girl like she's just whatever. You could be on, 4 grams of test, you're on letrozole, your dick doesn't, you're like, the hottest chick go walk by, like, that shit's not even hot. So, for me, it's actually a benefit. Just find a girlfriend that doesn't need to be, pleased all the time. But saying that, do not, honestly, for me, when I take it, I stay focused. You know what I mean? I don't care about anything. My goal. Letrozole is how you come in crazy dry. It kills about 98% of your estrogen in your body, so you come in crazy hard. And I kept the Arimidex in, kept the Novadex in. Okay, so this is what makes true bodybuilders, grainy bodybuilders who come in shape, is people who don't care about these things, people who don't care about losing your sex drive 4 weeks out, because we care so much about being competitive and doing what we need to do to win. So don't worry about that. Well, if you're wanting to win, at least. So I did that, and then 2 weeks out, I went to 2.5 mgs of letrozole. I kept my Arimidex at 1 milligram. My T3 didn't stay. It didn't move. It stayed at 40 the whole time. Well, it was at 25, then went to 40. Clen stayed at 80. Pramipexole stayed at 0.5 milligram before I went to bed. Growth hormone stayed at 4 IUs right in the morning. GHRP was post-workout and before bed, 250 mcgs. I didn't use any insulin or IGF during the prep. Everyone thinks Dave ketos, everyone. I don't know why. I never went zero carb. I did zero carbs every other day. I'd had if I had 130 grams of carbs Monday, then zero Tuesday, 130. So I never was in ketosis at all, because I had 130 carbs every other day. So as far as that goes, so the fun begins at 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out, what did I do? Oh, 2 weeks out, I added more Tren. I went from 600 mgs of Tren a week to 950 mgs of Tren a week. I went in with Masteron. I went from 600 mgs of Masteron to 950 Masteron a week. And I switched to, and then, yeah, so I did that. Winnie stayed the same, 100 every other day. Test stayed the same. Yeah, everything stayed the same. Primo stayed at 400 milligrams. So basically, everything stayed the same. The only thing I upped were Tren, Masteron, and Proviron. Why did I up Proviron? Proviron is a really good anti-estrogen, but it's also a DHT drug, so it also conditions the muscle, as well as Masteron. Masteron's a very good drug, also has anti-estrogen effects. So all these anti-estrogens in your body, that's what really gets you in condition. So yeah, I can get puffy. I'm like a little puffy in off season now because I'm not as conditioned. I'm a little fuller now, obviously, because I'm eating more food. But these drugs actually do condition the muscle. Make you, like Tren will make you super veiny, hard, grainy looking, stronger in the gym, makes you keep your workouts. This whole prep, I didn't really lose that much strength because of all the drugs I was on. Last year, my coach cut my drugs completely 2 weeks out, flattened out, just lost like 20 pounds in 2 weeks. That's one thing I don't like. Obviously, there's gonna be a lot of competitive bodybuilders watching this, as well as a lot of non-competitive bodybuilders. You never want to drop your drugs. If you look good, never drop your drugs. Keep your drugs the same. If anything, you up your drugs. Don't up your test or anything like that, but the hardening drugs like the Masteron and DHA, it's only going to help. So you always up those. Like I up my Proviron, up my Masteron, those are both DHAs. I up my Tren because that's also going to make me harder. Remember, when you up your Tren, I up my Pramipex a little bit. Don't want any anti-progesterone side effects, as well as lactation, puffy nipples, none of that bullshit. And it doesn't fuck with your head. It really keeps you calm and mellow. Because when your progesterone is raised, your head will fuck with you. So you want to keep that at bay. Same with Anadrol and same with Deca. Always take either Cabergoline or Pramipex. I personally like Prami better because of the GH release at night. And a lot of people do get sick, but you're fine. I was doing that injectable tanning stuff too. And then when I got super lean, one day I got super lean. I woke up a lot leaner and I took it. And I started puking everywhere, and I was reading online that if you're like too lean on that melanotan stuff, your body can't handle it. So I lost like a day's worth of food on that stuff. So I got off of it, I got off about 3 weeks out. So I upped those drugs. The letrozole stayed high. The Arimidex stayed high. T3, you don't want to really do too much with T3. If you're losing body fat and you're getting drier, don't mess with T3. T3 will eat your muscle. Well, running all that gear, you probably won't eat up too bad, but you don't want to mess with it anyways. Clen, 80 mcgs, only if needed. So, I mean, that was my drug regimen. So, saying that, what can I say? I mean, a lot of people are going to be like, damn, he ran hella shit, but I promise you that I'm not a great bodybuilder by any means. I'm young, but I'm telling you right now that there are a lot of bodybuilders that use way more. So don't get like, oh, he's on so much gear, like he's gonna die by the age of 20. I have all these forums on the internet thinking I'm gonna die in like 2 years because of all the gear I'm on. That's not the case. I have really good genetics. I eat well. I eat balanced meals throughout the day. Yeah, I do have my cheat meals, but I eat balanced meals. But I mean, that's what I did, and it took a lot of. I mean, every day I'm shooting. I'm going, unraveling the needle, putting a new one, draining, synthol again. But I knew I had to do it, so I was putting them in each other. And at the end, I was like, I gotta do another synthol shot. I gotta do another steroid shot because I was doing. And then the last week, this comes crucial. We're almost done here, guys. So hold on. The last week, I did everyday injections. So my Tren and my Masteron I didn't raise it again at the 2 week mark. I just split it into smaller doses and did it every day. So I shot every day. I shot the day before my show too. I did 8 cc's the day before my show of just gear. No, 7.5 cc's, just gear. And then the synthol I cut on Thursday, and I put 50 cc's of synthol in me on Thursday and all my body parts. So Thursday I put 3 cc's in all the body parts I needed, and it came out to like 48 cc's I shot on Thursday, and then I was done with synthol. It helps you keep your fullness when you're dieting. A lot of people are going to frown on it. A lot of people use it though. So basically last week I shot everything every day, just in smaller dosages to split it up. Just better, that last week you just want those drugs constantly in your system, constantly coming in your system. So, I mean, if I forgot anything, guys, I'm sorry. By the way, I've been getting a lot of people on Facebook asking me messages. I mean, blowing my inbox up. I mean, I've been getting, hundreds of messages every couple of days from people. I try my best to respond to everyone, but some questions I look at these guys' picture. I look at your pictures, and I'm like, he has no training. He doesn't need to be on insulin. He doesn't need to be on synthol, this and that. So sometimes I don't respond, and I'm sorry for that. I've been giving out a lot of free advice as far as that goes. I just started taking clients just because before wasn't really into it. After the show, I'm focused. I'm very confident in my knowledge on drugs and diet and training alone. So that's why I started taking on clients. So like I said, I try to give out free advice, but kids, you have to understand you can't be taking IGF and insulin if you're only eating 2 meals a day. You're not going to get any progress, so just drop that. Nutrition is a big part of bodybuilding. You know, without nutrition, without drugs, you know, if you drop one out of the equation, if you drop nutrition out of the equation, you're fucked. If you drop drugs out of the equation, you're fucked. If you drop training out of the equation, you're fucked. So you need all three to be a great bodybuilder. I want to actually throw out one of these. I see all these like macro kings on Facebook. Oh, macro. Fit your macros. So you can basically eat 1 meal a day. And as long as your macros are good for the day, you're fine. Well, you guys are complete fucking idiots. That's all I have to say. Keep doing what you're doing. There's about 2 of them that look good. There's about like 5,000 that follow and about 2 of them that look good. So as far as that goes, it's they're like, well, it's science. It's science. Well, I don't give a fuck about science. It's what works. What works, what doesn't work. If it was so great, all the best bodybuilders in the world would be using it and eating Pop-Tarts before they go to bed. So as far as that goes, I am taking on clients. I'm only taking on a handful because I'm super involved. I actually care about my clients. I call my clients all the time, keep in touch with them, make sure they're going good. But like I said, I give out free advice to as much as I can. But sometimes it's hard because I don't know your body. You know, you could gain easy. You could have a fucked up thyroid. You could have high estrogen problems. Your testosterone levels could be low. So, and then if and I don't know what to do with you. So, I'm going to put on this video. If you're interested in training, I'm taking only a handful of people, but you'll be in good hands. Just email me and we'll get you going. I'm very reasonable, not expensive. I'm here to help and like bring knowledge. The thing is if I don't charge, you guys aren't going to listen. But if you charge, you're going to double think like, oh shit, my money's going into this. I have to, really, do something about this. So the thing is I'm not trying to charge you crazy amounts. I'm just trying to give you a fee so it makes you think, okay, I'm going to apply this. So anyways, email me if you're interested in training. I'm sure a lot of you will be very involved. I'm only taking a handful of people. So email me at BOSTIN35@gmail.com. That's BOSTIN 35@gmail.com. Put your name, just put diet in the subject and put your name and tell me what you're about. I'll either give you a call that day, and if you're out of the United States, I'm still willing to help you. It'll be all through email. If you're in the US, I'll be calling you, keeping on you. I've had actually a few clients. Actually, one of my clients, this guy's amazing potential teenager, Jason Coley. He won the Contra overall, and there was 8 teenagers. He won the Fresno teenagers. There's 3 teenagers. And at the Cal, he got 2nd out of 5. Came in the best condition in the show. That's all I could do. Some way he flattened out a little bit. He still looked great, but yeah, he's an amazing athlete. Working with another couple people that do great. I mean, if you're willing to listen to me and you're willing to hear me out, I'll really help you guys. Like I said, I'm not in it for the money. Here to help people out. I can't give something. My inboxes are blown up. I can't really give out that much advice at once. Sometimes I can't respond because I get just overwhelmed. But so that's it, guys. I probably forgot some drug because I think I calculated all the drugs I took. I took 13 different drugs, not 13 different steroids, but 13 different drugs. So with that said, I'm going to end on a note. I'm going to be coming out with more videos. As soon as I, get settled, I'll be making more videos. So that's about it. So anyways, I'm going to do some muscle worship before we end. Do some fucking gay macro shit. Alright, Boston Lloyd, peace.